Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through stacks of info to bring you the key nuggets.
And today, we've got something pretty unique.
Definitely. For you, our listener, we're diving into a really unconventional government blueprint. It's laid out in these detailed proposals.
Focusing on finance, security, economic management. The works, really.
Right. So our mission here is to unpack these ideas, explore what's genuinely distinctive about this vision, because, well, it challenges a lot of standard thinking.
It certainly does. Where should we start?
Okay, let's start with security. Imagine this. Every single building, every business is required, mandated, to hire at least 2 police officers.
Right. 2 officers per building.
Yeah. And these aren't just security guards. They need first aid skills, martial arts, they handle government relations.
And, get this, they can even act as military commanders if there's a war.
Exactly. And citizens, if they want to fight, apparently have access to gun lockers commanded by these same police officers.
A very different model of readiness.
And here's where it gets really wild. The source suggests traditional war, tanks, rockets. It calls it inefficient, maybe even inhuman.
So what's the alternative?
Instead, it proposes using floating driving vehicles. Think. Maybe versatile hovercraft, drones, something that works on land and sea.
And anybody can drive them, it says.
That's the quote. Anybody can drive them for defense. It's quite a picture.
What's fascinating, I think, is how this blurs the lines. Civilian life, state defense. It's all merged. Readiness is just everywhere, embedded.
It's not just about saving money on a big army, though the source hints at that.
No, it feels deeper, like a societal belief in constant readiness over a specialized military force.
It completely changes what a police officer is. They're your first responder, government liaison, and potential wartime commander.
And it pushes the idea of an armed populace, into daily life in a way we don't usually see.
I'm still stuck on those floating driving vehicles and your local cop coordinating defense. It makes you rethink the whole idea of a military.
Yeah, what does that say about how they see threats? Or what war even means to them?
Maybe that suggests they prioritize agility, decentralized command, universal participation, perhaps.
Could be. It's a radical decentralization anyway. And that kind of sets the stage for the finance side, which is just as bold.
Right. Let's move to the money. The sources talk about an equal tax percentage for everybody.
A flat tax. Basically, one single rate applied universally. No tiers, no progressive system.
Whoa. Okay. So one rate covers everything. Wages, healthcare, care for the disabled, the elderly, even support for people trying to get ahead.
That seems to be the idea. It sounds incredibly simple, almost utopian, doesn't it?
It does. Does the source talk about, how hard it would be to actually do that, or the impact on wealth if everyone pays the same percentage?
It presents it more as a court principle. The complexity of transition isn't really detailed. The focus seems to be on simplicity and universality being the main benefits. And beyond that tax, there's this interesting commercial angle for public services. The government takes a reasonable percentage from businesses in sectors like healthcare or transport.
A cut from the providers.
Exactly. And then, crucially, half of any leftover government funds get invested directly into businesses. The other half is for financial aid and emergencies.
So the government acts like a national venture capitalist.
Sort of, yeah. And the profits from those investments, they get cycled back into infrastructure, research, education, emergency preparedness. It's designed as a loop.
A self-sustaining loop. And the economic management gets even more direct, right? There's a mandate.
Yes. Successful businesses are mandated to invest in startups and new branches. They might set up a new stock market for this or use existing ones.
The logic being, successful companies don't need investment, but new ones do. That sounds incredibly top-down, almost like a command economy light.
It is very directive. It doesn't mention, freedom for businesses or innovation concerns.
That's the tension, isn't it? The source seems to lean into that top-down direction as being key for growth and innovation.
It's consistent, though.
Yeah.
That all-in approach we saw in security, it's mirrored here. Every entity has a direct assigned role.
Interesting. And international business, how does that fit?
That's based on resource provision tied to publication percentage. A really fascinating idea.
Publication percentage, like trade based on scientific output, maybe, not just money.
Potentially. Along with agreed-upon pricing, checked against budget sheets for affordability, it's different.
And even traffic management is part of this integrated system.
Right down to the local level. Local police handle accident evaluation, repair costs get bundled into a traffic fee, repeat offenders, Reexamination and lessons. It tries to weave everything together.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. We've looked at a system that combines this really unique embedded policing and defense model.
With a flat, equal tax percentage covering wide social services.
And this bold government mandate for successful businesses to reinvest in new ones.
Stepping back, it paints a picture of a highly centralized, self-sustaining, and just, pervasively integrated society.
It really does. Which leads us to the final question for you, the listener. Thinking about how radically interconnected and unconventional this all is. What do you think would be the biggest challenge, or maybe the most surprising benefit, if a society actually tried to adopt this kind of framework for its government and economy? Something to mull over.